What's up, witches? It's me, Luna, and I'm just noticing, I hope you can't see this, but in front of my altar, there are like these lines coming up, waves of lines. Can you see it? I'll find out when I'm editing if you can see it or not. Anyway, I'm here for an unboxing today. I hope wherever you are that you're having a wonderful day, that you are safe, and that you are healthy and having a good time. All right. Here's a deck we're looking at, the Water Alchemy Oracle. Hold on. The Water Alchemy Oracle by Alexandra Wenman, a 40-card deck and guidebook. This is a deck I was absolutely unaware of. I think it came up, I can't even remember. Might have been watching somebody else's, list of something. And it's by Findhorn Press, and I'm aware of Findhorn, but I'm not sure I remember correctly what it is. I seem to remember it as like an intentional community or something in Scotland. Maybe it'll tell us. The Water Alchemy Oracle is a 40-card high-vibration oracle packed with symbolism, deities, devas, gods and goddesses, water creatures, magical sigils, heartfelt channeled messages, and guided healing processes. Much more than a form of divination, this deck offers a gentle yet powerful alchemical journey to help bring more fluidity, flexibility, and grace into your daily life. Along with healing and enhancing your own life experience, you are also bringing much-needed healing to our planet via her sacred lifeblood and veins, the waterways, oceans, rivers, streams, and springs. Through engaging examples, channeled messages, and a rich amount of exercises, Alexandra teaches you to embrace your emotions, and as you dive deeper into the mystery of the sacred waters, you travel deeper into yourself to uncover hidden treasures, heal unresolved aspects of the psyche, and awaken your true genius. Alexandra Wenman is a gifted angel communicator, spiritual alchemist, channel, healer, poet, and presenter. Also the author of Archangel Fire Oracle and Archangel Alchemy Healing. She's the founder of Precious Wisdom and Archangel Alchemy and the creator of the Alexandra Wenman Show on YouTube. She lives in London. Okay, well, I'm going to have to look that up for sure. We have cover illustration and cover design. So, cover illustration by Avalia Savina. That tells me that that person has to be the artist of the deck, right? It hasn't been mentioned, but copyright 2023. Let's see. Illustrations Avalia Savina. So if you've been watching my channel for any amount of time, you may know that one of the things that bugs me the most is when the artist doesn't get visible credit about the product. So we have about the author in the back. We see her. And then we have also by, but we don't have anything about the artist. Oh, yes, we do. Here it is, about the artist. Duh, staring me in the face. Avalia Savina is an artist and illustrator who graduated from the St. Petersburg State Academic Institute of Painting, Sculpture, and Architecture. Her graphic design compositions are very rich and inspiring, ranging from cartoons to realism and combining digital and traditional techniques. She currently lives in Santiago, Chile. And we already heard about Alexandra Wenman. So let's look at the book itself. We have the table of contents. There's an opening prayer. We will certainly be saying that. Let's see where it is. Okay, awesome. Then we have an introduction about this oracle, healing by the water. Join the Water Peace Project. Yes. And becoming a channel for the living waters. I could launch into an hour-long lecture here about the water of our planet and how blessed we are to have it, because without water there is no life. So it's always been a really important thing to me. All right, then we have working with the magic and mystery of water, the consciousness of water, the sacred significance of water, a story about the magic of water, preparation for working with this oracle, working with the angels of water, be like the water. And then we have the oracle, which is divided into categories. And we have the how to use, or suits, but the suits are vastly different in size. So the first suit here is liquid. And we have all the different kinds of liquid. Then there's solid, then there's gas. Then we have uses, actions, waters of the earth, waters of the body, and waters of the cosmos. So there are 8 suits. Then we've got spreads, final prayers, and then about the author and artist. Okay, let's read this opening prayer before we go deeper. It's called Because I Feel. Because I am loved, the stars encircle, a full refulgent moon. The sky weeps to bring me diamonds. The night noises make a heady tune. The ocean rises, gifting soft surprises. The tides shift to sweep me off my feet. The sun caresses me in every dull defeat. Because I am loved, my life is unnervingly sweet. And I never know where next that love will find me. But I will follow, even though my love may blind me. It will never bind me. Wherever love goes, I will go. Because I am loved, I know that what was broken or shattered is because it never really mattered. And whatever caused confusion was because it was not love but an illusion. And what tried to possess me was only an intrusion. Because I am loved, I know what's true. Because I am loved, I know what's real. And I can always trust the way I feel. That's lovely. That is lovely. And, you know, I almost want to take the D off the end, because I am love. Because I am love. Okay. So, introduction. It's designed to help bring relief from the sometimes overwhelming emotions that can threaten to engulf us during times of challenge or transition. Thank you, Alexandra, for putting it in the first sentence. Right there. Here's my purpose with this oracle. Designed to take you on an alchemical healing journey through the various aspects, bodies, and behaviors of water as they mirror the spiritual and emotional landscape of our human experience. Each of the cards helps us touch the divine, pouring it like a soothing balm through our daily lives. All right. That right there, that first paragraph tells me here's what my purpose is. Healing by the water. To sit beside a body of water is one of the most healing pastimes you can engage in. Truth. She grew up by the sea in Australia. All right. So what her process was in creating the oracle. Join the Water Peace Project at waterpeaceproject.org. Becoming a channel for the living waters. There's just one paragraph. I'm going to read that. The Native American phrase Ni Wikoni means water of life. The tribes are imploring us to help heal our planet and bring nature into balance. I just lost my place there. When I asked the water guides about the idea of the living waters, they said this concept acknowledges the vital role water plays in the creation and life. They also said that we ourselves can actively harness the power of water to be sacred conduits of the divine, taking an active role in sustaining life too. I mean, to harness the power, I guess, come into consciousness, because you're mostly water, you know. All right, I'm going to read this quote. Question, what are the living waters? And I wish the quote was attributed. The living waters are the soul's fluid from which creation itself is birthed and goes on birthing. You are a conduit for this life fluid when you make a conscious connection to the essence of life and offer yourself in active service as a vessel to the divine. The phrase, become like water, is an invitation to offer yourself as a channel for the divine to work through you in this way. You serve all life as a living water carrier for the Aquarian age, absolutely. Healers, alchemists, mystics, channels, prophets, and seers are all conscious vessels and portals for the living waters of creation. Now, the phrase become like water also can mean, instead of pushing up against obstacles and beating your head against a wall, is to flow around. What does water do? It seeks the lowest level and it flows around obstacles. And sometimes it wears down mountains. So, Working with the magic and mystery of water. There is so much we do not understand about the mysterious substance that is water. Scientists are still scratching their heads as to where all this water on our planet came from, with many deducing that passing asteroids must be the culprit for depositing it here, and others hypothesizing that water simply must have been here all along. Many of the properties of water defy science. Hot water freezes much faster than cold water. It's so funny, and I remember being in like 4th grade and having that realization, and it made sense to me then, and it hasn't made sense to me since. When compared with similar molecules such as ammonia and hydrogen sulfide, water should turn to gas at room temperature, but the sticky nature of water molecules allows them to overcome the force of gravity and bonds them together in liquid form. Okay, so it goes on about that. And then we have the consciousness of water, and she does mention Dr. Emoto in the Water Peace Project, and he was the one that froze water droplets and looked at the crystalline nature of them depending on the vibes that were being sent to them. And if you search my channel, there is a water oracle by Dr. Emoto that has its own unboxing video. If I remember, I will tag it at the end, put it in the thing at the end, or I will link it below, and/or. Okay, so it is said that water has memory. Water retains everything, so that when you infuse water with a certain vibration and then put it back into a natural flowing water source, not only does it flow and carry that vibe everywhere, but as it evaporates, it goes into the atmosphere, and it rains, and into the, it spreads it everywhere. So yes. All right, so she talks about I'm just going to give like first sentences here, because she's very good at giving it up in the first sentence. As a symbol for healing and alchemy, water represents the deepest recesses of our subconscious, where we glide from the realms of self into the place where our collective experiences merge, fold into, and lap against each other. Here is the infinite playground of our deepest emotions, their lightness, their extremes. I love her writing. Our bodies are made up of 60% water, and our blood is made of 90% water, so you could say we are predominantly liquid beings. Remember in the original Star Trek, there was some being that called us, I think it was some kind of computer, something bags of mostly water. So yes, water moves in cycles, rhythms, and tides, both around our bodies and around the planet. 70% of the planet's covered by oceans. The seas make up of 90% of all the surface water on our planet. As a metaphor for the human, water acts as a powerful mirror, revealing to us our softness, our smoothness, our hardness, our power, and our serenity. We cannot survive without water, so we must not take it for granted, for to do so would be to take our very existence for granted. The sacred significance of water. A story about the magic of water. Okay, let's see. Preparation for working with this oracle. Bathing in sacred healing waters. Bath time ritual, water blessing. Bath time ritual, candle gazing. Bath time ritual, self-healing sound bath. Bath time ritual, crystal healing bath. So they've gone with all of the elements here. We've got water, we've got fire, we've got air, and we've got earth. Working with the angels of water, purification meditation, personal cleansing ritual, invoking the angels and spirits of water, ready to release, cleansing for the earth, be like water, become a vessel for healing. Wonderful writing. There's a lot here that I am leaving for you to discover, but I am going to read this. Become a vessel for healing. Close your eyes and imagine you are standing under a shower of liquid light. Open your arms to the sky and bathe in this luminous living water. Visualize a sphere of light opening above your head and allow the living waters to flow down into your crown, cascading all the way down your spine. Let yourself be cleansed and renewed in the living waters of creation, and then let the waters flow down your legs and into the earth. Send the liquid light into the diamond heart at the core of Mother Earth to help clean her waterways, rivers, and streams, and send her healing. Then imagine the liquid light traveling back up through your legs into your body and out of your head. Does this sound familiar at all, you guys? To cleanse, heal, and harmonize all your systems. See the portal over your head close, seal yourself in a sphere, and open your eyes. It's just a variation of the grounding that we do with the sphere. And if you haven't done that grounding yet, go to one of my live stream recordings or come to an actual live stream, and you will get the grounding meditation, especially in the most recent ones. All right, then we have part 2, Water Alchemy Oracle. How to use this oracle. Suit 1 liquid. All right, let's get to the cards. So with each card we have a small black and white image. We have like a descriptive paragraph, a message about this card, working with, like this is spray, working with spray, sacred alchemy, be like the spray. So there's just a lot. This reminds me of Alana Fairchild's decks. She gives rituals with everything. Looking at what's happened to this book just by opening it to read it. That's kind of strange. So Findhorn Press, the other reason I really went for this is I have no decks from Findhorn Press. I was not aware of them. And so I was really grateful for seeing this. I had to have seen it in somebody else's video. But for finding, you know, kind of these smaller, obscure publishers to see what they're putting out. Okay, inside of the box is nothing special. Regular old 2-part box. Here's the deck. There's this funky cardboard thing inside. Then let's set it free. Here are the backs, and we have the same image on the back that was underneath the About the Artist page. And there's just all kinds of little symbols, like for flowing water and raining water, and just you could come up with, you know, an interpretation for every one of these. So that's a really interesting thing to look at, really interesting symbol set. And do they play into the cards? I would imagine so. So there's this little squiggly one, and on the front of this card is that little squiggly thing. So now we have 40 cards. Let's try this. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20, 22, 24, 26, 28, 30, 32, 34, 36, 34. Yes, there are 40 distinct symbols. So every one of these cards is going to have its own symbol for the form of water that it is. That in itself is an amazing gift, because if you're doing sigils, you know, if you're doing spell work and you want to incorporate, it's just wonderful. Thank you for that, Alexandra. Okay, so this actually, now I'm remembering. Maybe somebody mentioned it or it just popped up on Amazon or something, but when I went and looked and I saw this image, that's what made me jump. Look at this. Look at this. This is Droplet. And, you know, we've got a fern, a fiddlehead here. We've got a dove and a butterfly and roses and a spider web, and there's daisies, and this particular, oh, that's a ladybug. It looks an awful lot like an eye. Another ladybug, daffodils, calla lilies. It's just beautiful. But in the center, look at that sweet newborn being held inside this droplet of water. Being a mom and being a mother that, you know, gave birth at home to 2 of my babies and was just, you know, able, and they're doing this now, but able to really experience those first moments, it just makes me go, ah. Okay, Droplet. Now let's move on. Ripple. So let's go back and look at the suits. So we have the context. This first suit is liquid. Let's put my little bottle of seawater there to hold the book open. So the first form was Droplet. This is Ripple, and there's the symbol. And I see we first go around the outer wheel, and then we're going to go around the inner wheel. I love the artwork. We've got these, you know, fairly fat borders, but they're, you know, the image is full of things. the image breaks those borders, and it's just gorgeous. Look at the cattails and the lotus. I love the image of the lotus going down into deep water, because that's the whole part of the symbology of the lotus. Wow. Here's spray. Look how adorable this is, and thank you for racial diversity. Flowers, and you know, look at the spray, active, dynamic. You can feel it. Rain. Okay, now I'm a little confused with this, because we have rain, but it looks like waterfalls. I mean, we see rain falling from the sky up here, if you can see that. But then it kind of looks like a waterfall. I wish it was more just all rain, but you know, maybe there's stuff mentioned that will explain this. We have birds, parrots, a little, looks like a Shiba Inu. I don't know if that's supposed to be a fox, but it looks like a Shiba Inu. And I'm curious about whether, you know, the flowers are going to be mentioned, so let's find out. Okay. Dew forms as the temperature drops. So the first paragraph here talks about the form. How often so for droplet, how often do we encounter the feeling of excitement that comes from stepping barefoot onto the dew-covered morning grass? So it talks about what a droplet is. Then there's the message about this card. A newborn baby rests peacefully within a fresh morning dewdrop. And you know what? Let's go to rain, because I want to know about the waterfall-y looking thing. A heavily pregnant Australian Aboriginal woman is shown emerging from a pool of water at the base of Uluru during the wet season. That's Uluru. Okay, thank you. That explains everything. Her belly is painted with spirals of red, yellow, black, and white dots. In the center is the outline of her unborn baby. Okay, it is raining, and the red rock has water streaming down it, which forms the pool. So the weather's wet and stormy. So this is this is a dry rock. That explained it. Thank you. And it's raining so hard that the water is pouring down the sides of this sacred rock. Awesome. There's the symbol. Here's bubble. Oh, look at the little fairy and the fairy ring of roses or lotuses and the mushroom. Yeah. They just make me feel. Well done. Here's foam. I never would have thought of foam as a form of water, but it is. And it's a crowd of bubbles. Then we have whirlpool. Oh, look at this mermaid. Nets, anchors, pearl. Here's crystal. Crystal form of water. So ice crystals. Look at the snowflakes. So instead of just calling it ice, all right, this is a little confusing, because this suit is liquid, and this crystal being liquid. I guess it's just, you know, the idea of those being so fragile and melting easily that it's in the liquid form. I would think snowflake or crystal like this might be in the solid form, but it's not. So, and I'm also noticing here in the table of contents, each card has a key phrase that is not on the card. Crystal says seeing clearly. All right, I wanted to keep that open. There we go. Then we have wave, the image from the front. Geyser. Oh, and I love the different cultural references here. This looks like Maori, and these are things that, since she's Australian or grew up in Australia, these are part of her upbringing in the context she grew up in. Then we have still waters. We have American First Nations. I hope you can't hear my stomach growling. And then we have hail in a Japanese context with the yin yang, Japanese or Chinese. ice. So now we are into solid. There's only 2 cards in solid. Oh, the 2 cards in solid are hail and ice. So those snowflakes, or the crystals that water form, are just seen as less substantial, I guess, less solid. All right. Hail, ice. And look at him, Father Winter. Look at the little robin. Then we have steam. So now we're into gas. The suit of gas here is steam with Pele. If that isn't Pele, who is? And then we have mist. And here is Kuan Yin, or White Tara. It's got to be White Tara. Wow. Then there's evaporation. You know, more of a process, but it is, you know, and interesting that we've got mist and steam, but we don't have fog. All right, let's see, evaporation. And we have an African, Arabic looking cultural reference there. Okay, now we have uses. So yeah, interesting. I mean, mist maybe could be seen as fog, interchangeable. So the uses, hydration, bathing, purification. I love the harp. So these are very human contexts, even though some of these are, you know, they seriously look like spirit beings. This is certainly a mermaid. Blessing. Oh, look at that. You can tell she's strongly connected with angels. Dilution. This is so well thought out. Reflection. Swimming. Let me see how many we have. Oh, now we're into actions. Okay, so those were uses that ended with reflection. Now we have actions in water. Swimming. So the uses were, you know, how we like transport water to do things. But this is how we move in water. I guess there's swimming, floating, diving, and rising. That's the last of this suit. Rising. Wow. Okay. Now, waters of the earth is this suit. Lake. I just adore these images. They are so, the flow of water is so imbued in each one of these images. Dam. Well, a dam is a form. It's a man-made lake, right? River. Ocean. There's Poseidon. Spring. Look at her rising. Waterfall. Okay. Action. Waterfall. So maybe, you know, this is the action of the water rather than us being in it. Interesting. Rock pool. Oh no, these are waters of the earth. Sorry. I got lost there. So waters of the earth, waterfall, rock pool, a cenote. Let's find out what that is. I don't think I've ever heard of it. Page 35. Okay. That is not that page. Okay, wait. That's the number of the card. 111. Okay. All right. A cenote. I'll have to look up a pronunciation. Cenote is a deep underground cave, well, or sinkhole, which holds a permanent amount of water, usually formed of limestone. Cenotes, I guess, are fed by rain filtration or underground rivers, common to the Yucatan Peninsula of Mexico. So cenotes. It would have to be. All right, now I know what a cenote is. And then we have aquifer. All right, and now the next suit is waters of the body. So we have fluids and we have tears. All right, now here's where fluids of the body, and I mean she's lumped everything under fluids, and then we have tears. I think I would have liked to seen blood separate. Tears. I mean, you could really break things down and go to urine and semen and menstrual blood if you wanted. So I sense that, you know, she pulled back from those and just put fluids under all of them. So we have, and I mean amniotic fluid, oh my God. Hi, Wacka, what are you doing? What are you doing? He's underneath my dress and his little nose is going up and down my leg. You're giving me goosebumps, boy, Wacka. Come up on the chair. My lad, where are you? Before I started recording, he was on the back of the chair, but I was scooted out from the desk, and I tried to scoot up so I could shoot with him on the back of the chair, and of course he left. Oh well, maybe he'll come back up. All right, so we have fluids and we have tears. Then the last one is waters of the cosmos. Moon. And I'm sure that this is talking about the moon's influence on the tides, our internal tides. Look at this embrace of water. And like maypole ribbons down the side, fertility, sexuality, it's beautiful. Here's comet. Comets being a big ball of ice. Wow. So when they talked about how did water get here, a meteor may, you know, how about a comet? And then nebula. I did not know nebulas had to do with water. And I'm going to look that up too because I didn't know and I want to know. Molecules of water have been discovered in one of our oldest known galaxies located 12.8 billion light years away from Earth. Some of the most ancient and distant water known to us, traces of H2O, were found in a massive galaxy known as SPT 0311-58, which dates back to when the first stars and galaxies were only just being born and our universe was only 780 million years old. Astonishing. Science is astonishing. Scientists and astronomers are now considering the use of water as an important tracer of the birth of stars to better understand the creation, growth, and evolution of constellations and planets. Okay, so they don't really talk about nebula being made of water, but okay, I appreciate her process. I do. So yeah, I can definitely, you know, see it of course triggers my fussy what would I do kind of thing. And I can see where other choices may have been made, but then I can also see where those choices being made could have broken things down too far into nitty-gritty places that she obviously didn't want to go. And then, you know, the things at the end, the cosmic ones, these are her choices. It's her deck. You get to do what you want, and I really appreciate it. Let's get a charcoal lit. And then let's do a blessing because I cannot wait to work with this deck. I mean, I have a strong affinity for water because in my chart, if you look at it one way, I'm equally split between fire and water, but if you give it a weighted system, I end up solidly in the realm of fixed water. So I have a water moon, I have water rising, so I have a very strong affinity with water, and so I'm excited. Here, by air and fire, may you be blessed and made whole and balanced. May the water in you be balanced, as the deck absolutely acknowledges all of the elements. water and earth, may you be blessed and made whole by the sound of the bell. May the spirit within you awaken. And guides and guardians, allies and ancestors, thank you for being here, most especially today. I already see the edge of this card is nicking, so these are begging to be edged. I offer you fresh water. Thank you, all of my allies. Thank you for being here. Let's have fun with this deck. I offer you fresh water, and I offer this deck fresh water as well. And I offer you the fire of Azrael. Wish I had a particular water incense to offer, but I don't know that I do. I did. I had this wonderful incense from Nippon Kodo, who's like one of the, probably the premier Japanese incense maker. And it was called Elements, was the what do I want to say? Anyway, the water incense in that grouping was just amazing, and I'm out of it, unfortunately. So let's give this a shuffle, and a knock and a kiss, a little bit of air, and I'm not into, ooh, they're stiffer than I thought they would be, but because it is a small deck, that's not a problem. So it is, you know, kind of large, but again, it's not so thick that you can't shuffle. If, you know, if you've got cards this long and there's more cards, you know, sticking out here, you cannot get your fingers around the whole deck. This one you can. I will try one more riffle. And you know what? I'm going to try it the other way, because I'm feeling on these cards that little tiny lip that I felt on the Talisman Oracle and I think it's Solitary Witch Oracle. That the lip made it so they shuffle better face up. Yep. Yep. Oh, that failed. That was an epic fail, and I ended up bending cards. Oh, shit. I'm going to try this one more time. See if I can make it work, and then we're going to give up. All right, I'm just going to do that. So, unfortunately, if you do bend them a little too much, they're going to stay bent. That makes me sad. Anyway, let's pull a reading out here. What do we need to know? I'm going to keep shuffling. I'm not going to see that as a jumper. What do we need to know right now? I'm thinking I may only be taking one card because I want to read a full thing, a full card thing. All right, give me one, please. Guides and Guardians. And look at my Blue Lotus. I was going to put a little candle in, but I can't burn paraffin candles. They hurt my sinuses too much, and so I need to find a thing to go in here. But isn't my Blue Lotus beautiful? It's called the Nalini flower, and it blooms at night, and it is a symbol of consciousness and really knowing yourself deep, deep, deep inside. Okay. All right. Give me one, please. 111. What do we need to know? What do my viewers need to know today? What do we need to know? They're telling me one more cut and take it off the top. All right. We pick Aquifer. Card 35. It's just as easy to flip through the book because the cards are numbered. They're numbered in the book. They have, you know, they're under their categories. You can find them by number here and directly to page number. Ease of use. Wonderful. The key phrase is integration, evolution. An aquifer usually refers to groundwater that is held within a body of rock or sediment. The world's largest and deepest aquifer is the Great Artesian Basin in Australia, which covers 1.7 million kilometers. 7 times the size of the UK. However, according to scientists, a gigantic, mostly freshwater lake exists under the sea off the coast of the USA. Under the sea. Estimated to hold almost 3,000 kilometers. Okay, wait a minute. Are those... We've got little numbers, so it's like, are these footnotes? Does that mean squared or cubed? Because that would be fucking ridiculous. Okay, I didn't look at the spreads. We'll do that too. Working with the cards. We don't have, yeah, there's not like an index or a footnote section. Let's see if we have anything at the bottom. No, we do not. So that must mean squared and cubed, 1.7 square kilometers. Okay, yes. And then 3,000 cubed. Is that what they call it? Cubed kilometers? Which means 3,000 that way, this way, and this way. Oh my God, square. Yeah, okay. 7,000 meters cubed, or 700 meters cubed of fresh water. The undersea aquifer begins 183 meters or 600 feet, estimated to hold that much water. It begins 600 feet below the seafloor and stretches along the coastline from Massachusetts to New Jersey. Other types of undersea lake are created by high salinity brine pools which puddle on the ocean floor and can give the effect of looking like a separate body of water existing underneath the sea. Wow. Okay, so I'm going to do some research on this because a mostly freshwater lake exists under the sea. So at the bottom of the sea or under the floor is what I want to know. Anyway, lots of information here that's freaking amazing. All right, the message. You are uncovering and integrating multiple past life and karmic timelines. This is funny because we just watched Everything Everywhere All at Once last night. Ancient and primordial memories are surfacing to be healed so more of your true, unique, and authentic self can be revealed. I can't imagine a more appropriate card to pick for the collective right now, because what we are experiencing on Earth at this time is part of our collective karma. Absolutely part of our collective karma. And, you know, what we each get to deal with is our individual karma. Memories are surfacing to be healed, so you can see how it ties in with the imagery of an aquifer, that things are deeply buried and need to come up to the surface. Very good, very consistent. About this card, a mermaid with a lobster tail. Oh, she does. Emerges from the deepest parts of the ocean. Unusual deep-sea creatures swim around her, but the area is otherwise devoid of vegetation. Both she and the critters glow with an otherworldly luminosity. She is hovering near the edge of an undersea lake. So it's a lake in the water. And the shoreline is lined with barnacles, mussels. Other sea life lines the frame. We can see that the lake is a distinct pool at the bottom of the sea, like a second ocean within the water. Working with aquifer, primordial persona. Close your eyes and imagine you are looking at Earth from space. See the Earth turning on its axis, reversing the spin, and time along with it. As Earth's timeline rewinds, you find yourself zooming in on our planet when she was covered with water. You dive into an endless sea. You become an ancient aquatic being. You can easily breathe underwater and glide with grace and ease. All your needs are met here. Frolic in this infinite sea of possibility for as long as you wish. Know you are accessing the part of yourself that knows how to thrive and survive. Know you have also absorbed gifts and abilities to help you succeed. Swim in a vast circle around the Earth now, and as the planet turns, you return back to the present day with all your gifts intact. Open your eyes. That's amazing. I would say before you open your eyes, get the Earth spinning in the right direction again. That would help. Okay, sacred water, alchemy, oil and water. Lecanomancy is a form of divination using water or oil and water. This version allows you to call up any past life gifts or talents you may need now. This is so good. Fill a bowl with some water and add a few drops of cooking oil. Use a teaspoon or skewer to stir up the water with the intention to blend a positive past lifetime with your life and receive guidance on your gifts. Let your focus soften and notice any patterns or symbols that appear in the ripples. What do they mean to you? See if any images or memories appear. You may wish to ask, how is my past experience helping me now? Sometimes you won't see any specific physical images, but you may see images or receive messages in your mind. Take heed of any insights that arise. When you have finished your divination session, tip the oil and water into a plant pot or the garden to anchor your intentions. So good. Be like the aquifer. I'm having an image of taking some oil with some food coloring in it, or maybe water with the food coloring, and the oil to see like what busting up the oil so it's in different things and seeing what patterns it creates as it comes together. This would be an amazing thing to do within ritual when you can really drop all your filters and stuff. I mean, this is so good. Then be like the aquifer. You have extraordinary hidden depths you are yet to uncover. Be like the aquifer and draw on all your inner wisdom from past, present, and future timelines to access your gifts and share them with the world. I'm going to take more cards, but I'm not going to read the whole thing because you can get what you need by reading the message and the last thing. Be like the. Okay. Here is the aquifer. So we're dealing with collective karma. Now let's look at what we can do. I'm going to take these and see where we go with that. We have 35, 10, and 26, so we definitely got good shuffles. That makes me happy. I will pull them down because I'm not intending to take any of the cards. We'll see how it goes. Okay. So we have Geyser, which is part of the first suit. Use your power is the key phrase. What do we need to do with all this past life karma? And when you clear past life karma, you do gain the gifts that have been kind of dormant, and one of those gifts is your power, your personal power. You come into your own. All right, the message here is there is a time to be passive and a time to fight for what is right. Only you know the right path to take here. Success will be the reward for right action in this instance. So, uncovering, dealing with these collective karmic things, we need to assess where our action can be best placed. Because stand up and fight doesn't mean you have to stand up and fight the entire world all at once. You can look at your life and your abilities and see what your special gifts are that you have reclaimed from going into this deep well and doing that particular ritual. And look at where those particular gifts are best applied. Where can they do the most good? Where can they bring the most benefit? And then you apply them, as Geyser says. Now, let's look at Be Like the Geyser. It's time to fire on all cylinders in the pursuit of your dreams. What are your innermost core desires? Is there something you have deeply wanted which has eluded you thus far? Call on all your inner willpower and determination to put plans into action. Always remember, the true warrior never sets out to do harm and is always aligned with their integrity. Use your warrior power to stand up for yourself and those who are unable to defend themselves. Okay, now let's look at rising. So what do we get from this now? Swell with pride. Message: you have done yourself proud. Soon all your hard work will pay off and you shall reap the rewards of a job well done. For now, relax and wait for new opportunities to roll in, knowing the hard part is over. Do these cards read? Oh, fuck, yes, they do. I am going to read the description here because I want to know what rising means. Similar to ripple, swell is created when, okay, why didn't they use the word swell? Because it says swell is created When wind connects with water, causing friction, the energy of the wind is then transferred to the water, which creates swell. And they put rising on the card. I like swell better because the swell of the ocean, you know what that means. Rising, I'm not sure what that meant. I mean, rising waters. It could also mean rising floodwaters. We didn't put that here. So, you know, other things like avalanche, flood, you know, the destructive qualities of water. But again, I respect this author so much. Okay. And it differentiates from waves. Most swell eventually forms into waves, but some swells will gradually round out and begin to flatten as they move away from an area of agitation caused by strong winds of raging storms. Okay. The height of a swell is generally measured from the top of its highest peak to the bottom of its lowest trough, having longevity. Most swells can often travel thousands of miles without dissipating, and those kind of swells also, I think, could turn into tsunami. There's another one. Okay. So let's go back to the meaning here. We are swelling with pride because we have stood up, because we've done the hard work, we've reclaimed our, sometimes the hard work is doing the water work of tears, you know, to clear out the grief that's in the way of those gifts. That's, you know, sort of holding all the energy. So you do the work, it releases the energy like water. It comes up like a geyser, and we stand up and decide where we're going to place our gifts to bring benefit for the most, and the, you know, the highest and for the most. And then we can swell with pride because we know we have done our work. Be like rising. When you have worked hard, allow yourself a period of rest so you may reap the rewards. All work and no play does nobody any good. It is wonderful to strive towards your goals, but remember that you must also allow yourself time to sit back, open up, and receive. You will glide into your success at the right moment. Let yourself indulge in feelings of pride, even if no one has noticed the effort it has taken you to get where you are. Allow the universe to lift you up on the swell of your own positive momentum, and you will inspire others too. Your standing up can inspire others to do likewise. When we work on our own stuff, we serve the collective. When we take care of what's in our own hands, each and every one of us, the world changes. Change happens one person at a time. All right, I'm going to go back to Geyser and just look at the rituals that she gives us with it. Working with Geyser, call up your power. Sacred water alchemy, tea of triumph. I mean, she gives you two, like a visualization and then a ritual thing to do with each card, and it's amazing. Okay. There we are. So the two they give you here is working with rising, elevate your expectations, and sacred water alchemy, blossoming blessing bombs. Blossoming blessing bombs. It's amazing. So each thing there's working with the card and then sacred water alchemy, and you get other key phrases. So like with rising, we have swell with pride, elevate your expectations, and blossoming blessing bombs. It says you'll need access to the internet, a few large square sheets of origami paper or paper envelopes, colored pens, flower seeds of your choice, and water. I can imagine what you're going to do. You're going to put a blessing on it, and you're going to put seeds in them, and you're going to put your magic in it, and you're going to go into the garden, and you're going to pelt your bombs at the ground. Now, I would say don't think of going out with seeds and just throwing them anywhere. Be aware of native species. I would say only do this with native species. Only do it in a habitat where they already are thriving, or maybe where they need a boost. But don't just grab a bunch of seeds of anything willy-nilly and go out into a park, you know, a national park or something, and throw them. Don't do that. Okay, discrimination, discretion. Okay, so yeah, I want to look at those three things for each of the others because there's just so much. For Aquifer, we have integration, evolution, primordial persona, and oil and water. And then with Geyser, we have Call Up Your Power and Tea of Triumph. I already read those, didn't I? Yes, I did. Okay, and Use Your Power. So, Alexandra and let me see. Avelia Savina. Thank you so much for this amazing deck. Tell me what you think, guys. Tell me, especially, I've noticed that I get a lot of comments when I put up new decks and stuff of people going, I was thinking about this deck, now I'm going to buy it. Or I was thinking about this deck and now I've decided it's not for me. So let me know what you think after seeing this review. Pardon me. I'm trying to see what it cost me. 25 bucks it says in the US. So yeah, right around, normal. It's not a high price deck, let's put it that way. So worth having. Now I want a fire oracle, and I want an air oracle, and I want an earth oracle. There are a lot of earth oracles. There are the earth spirit oracle, I think, that I have. Is that Kyle Gray? I don't remember. Earth Magic Oracle, it's called. I have the Earthbound Oracle, but to an Earth Oracle that's like this, the forms of Earth, the actions of Earth, that kind of stuff. So now I know me, I'm going to spend time thinking about what each of those would look like. Maybe it'll catalyze something. I mean, wow. So anyway, let me know. And by the way, down below is an Amazon wish list. And if you want me to read for you on an unboxing video, buy me a deck. You can put your question in with the note that you can leave me. And I even had someone, I think they were ordering from overseas and they couldn't find where to send me a note. So they just DM'd me on my Facebook page, which is linked down below, and said, hey, here's my question. So there's a way to get me a question if you have a question. If you don't, I'll just do a general reading. I will put your name in the book of that deck, and every time I use it, you will get my blessings and my gratitude. So blessings and gratitude to you for sitting through this whole thing. I hope you got something out of it, and I hope we can engage in conversation about it. I will see you next time, and until I do, this is Luna. Blessed be.